3 pitches, 2 outs, and the Lady Wildcats looking really impressive here as we get this game started. That'll bring up the third batter of the evening, the third baseman, number 15, Ava Mendez. Another right-handed batter for the Lady Bravettes. At first pitch, she watches it go by for strike one.
Strike one. Mendez.
That pitch missing a little low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter, Ava Mendez. The Bravettes in their maroon pants, gold stockings, swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter.
2 strikes, 2 outs.
The jersey's very retro Astro looking with the maroon and gold stripes going across. Maroon lettering, Donna, and numbers outlined in gold. Strike number 3 for a strikeout. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for your Lady Wildcats. No runs, no hits, no runners left on. We head to the bottom of the first. Lady Wildcats coming to bat.
Let's not forget, we've got a concession stand, cotton candy. Fruit pie, hot dogs, Coke drinks. Get your cotton candy before it sells out.
Bottom of the first inning, Lady Wildcats coming to bat, and they'll bat in this order. Leading things off would be the shortstop, number 20, Elena Bautista. Batting second, third baseman, Angie Herrera. In the 3-hole, the catcher, number 21, Bella Herrera. Cleanup batter is number 15, the first baseman, Aubrey Zuniga. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 17, Jessica Salazar. Batting sixth will be the pitcher, number 1, Kaylin Morales. Batting seventh, number 12, the right fielder, Elaine Hernandez. Batting eighth, the second baseman, a Lady Lopez, and batting ninth, the designated player, number 2, Avery Cavazos. First pitch hits the batter, Elena Bautista, so she's aboard.
Next up, number 23.
That'll bring up Angie Herrera, the third baseman, a 5.08 hitter for your Lady Wildcats. The Bravettes line up like this defensively. Leah Kansky in left field, Nayeli Gonzalez in center, Anaya Gonzalez in right. At third base, Ava Mendez. At second base, Elisa Gonzalez. At first base, Kate Zuniga. The shortstop is Jackie Rodriguez. Behind the plate doing the catching, Brianna Jimenez. And in the circle for the Bravettes, Camila Oviedo. Swung on and fouled back into the netting for strike 1. So Angie Herrera with a 1-1 count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on, fly ball in foul territory. First baseman calling everybody off, Zuniga, but just could not get to it, so it lands safely in foul territory. And now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Little breaking ball missing inside for ball 2. swung on, fouled down the first base side of the
Count
field.
remains 2 balls, 2
Count
strikes.
will remain at
Herrera.
2 balls and 2 strikes. High, swung on, and missed for strike 3. So Oviedo records her first
1 out.
strikeout of the night, and there's now
Next
one
up, number
out
21,
with a runner at first, and
Bella
that'll bring up the
Herrera.
catcher, Bella Herrera. Herrera, a .378 hitter on this Wildcat softball club, and the first pitch is low for ball 1. High for ball 2.
2-0.
Oviedo with an interesting pre-pitch routine. I'm trying to catch up on that one. This one is flied into foul territory, and again lands safely for a strike. So the count is 2 balls and a strike on the batter, Bella Herrera. Talking about the pitcher's pre-pitch
2 balls, 1
routine,
strike, 1 out.
she does this big old
Bautista
circle
still at
and throws
first.
the ball into her glove. Been doing it 2 times. This time it's 5. So we'll do the pre-pitch routine count. Pitch missing inside. Runner on her way to second. Slides head first safely into second.
Bautista safe at second.
So she's got
2
herself
balls,
a
2 strikes.
stolen base. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Herrera. High. Count is now full.
Full count, Herrera.
Here comes the payoff pitch. That is in there for strike 3. Breaking ball got Herrera looking,
Number 2.
and back-to-back strikeouts for Oviedo.
Zuniga.
And there are now 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Aubrey Zuniga. Zuniga comes into tonight's contest batting .468. Swings at the first pitch, and this is flied into foul territory, out of play, strike 1. Runner in scoring position at second in Bautista. Pitch high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Zuniga. This time it's high and inside. Runner goes to third, slides head first, and is safe.
Bautista.
So
the third.
Bautista steals second and third. Caught on to the rhythm of the
Zuniga,
catcher, hanging
2 balls,
on
1
to the
strike,
ball a
2
little
outs.
too long, and decides to take her chances and go. Ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Beautiful night for softball. It's 78 degrees. Wind is blowing out of the east-southeast at 8 miles an hour directly to center field. High for ball 4. And a stolen base by Zuniga. Very heads-up play there, which allows Bautista to score.
Next up, number 17.
Oviedo didn't
Jessica
know what to do
Salazar.
with the softball as she watched Zuniga go to second and then finally decides to throw it that way, and the throw was low. And as soon as
Strike 1.
Bautista saw that, she took off home. So 1 run does come in on that error, and the Lady Wildcats are up 1-0.
Foul. 0-2.
Pitch is fouled off, and now the count is no balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Jessica Salazar. Salazar is the left fielder for your Lady Wildcats. .415 hitter coming into tonight's contest. Pitch is high for ball 1. Swung on, fly ball to center field. Gonzalez goes back, can't catch up to it. That's an RBI double for Salazar.
Jessica Salazar with a double, standing double, that is. Brings in a run.
And now the score is 2-0.
2, Bravettes 0. Next up, number 1 for your Lady
And
Wildcats,
that's going to bring
Kaylin
up
Morales.
the pitcher, Kaylin Morales. Runner in scoring position. Morales, a left-handed batter. Batting .375 this season. Watches the first pitch go for a strike. Swung on, hit hard, but it's going to go and tail out of play for strike 2. Morales way ahead of that pitch. Swung on, fouled it the opposite direction, and you know she was just guarding the plate. Down in the count, 0-2. Anything close, she's going to have to take a whack at. So count does remain at 0-2. This time it's high. Wild pitch will allow Salazar to go to third.
Salazar goes to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kaylin Morales.
So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at third in Salazar. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Swung on, hit to second baseman. Second baseman Gonzalez picks it up, fires it to first for out number 3. But the Lady Wildcats do get 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on, 1 error in the inning, and at the end of 1, it's your Lady Wildcats 2, the Bravettes 0. Head to the second inning. Bravettes coming to bat with batters 4, 5, and 6. Jackie Rodriguez, Nayeli Gonzalez, and Kate Zuniga, all to face Kaylin Morales here in the second inning. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball. Third baseman, Benji Herrera, hustling forward and makes the grab.
For the first out.
Great jump there by Herrera as the ball didn't travel too far, but she jumped on it quickly and was able to catch up to it, make the grab in foul territory for out number 1. And that'll bring up Nayeli Gonzalez, the center fielder. First pitch outside for ball 1. Second pitch missing low for ball 2. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike On the batter, the center fielder, Nayeli Gonzalez. Fouled back. Count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. There was a ladder leaning up against the netting, and that fell back. Fan graciously picks it up, puts it back into place. Here comes the 2-2. And gets her with a changeup. She was way ahead of that pitch.
Out number 2.
And that's the second strikeout recorded by Kaylin Morales here tonight. That's the second out of the inning. And now it'll bring up the first baseman, Kate Zuniga. First pitch right on the inside corner for strike 1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. We talked about the Bravettes uniforms, your Lady Wildcats in all white unis tonight. White shirts, white pants, black trimming down the leg and around the collar and arms. Swung on and fouled back. Lettering is black as well, outlined in silver, as are the numbers. 0-2 the count on the batter, Kate Zuniga. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for your Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats have, and Kaylin Morales have faced 6 batters, gotten all 6 batters out. Wildcats 2, Bravettes 0. We'll be right back. Anyways, I'm calling game. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Next up to bat for your Lady Wildcats, number 12, Elaine Hernandez.
Lady Wildcats coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning, leading 2-0. 7-8-9 due up. It'll be Elaine Hernandez, Lady Lopez, and Avery Cavazos. Elaine Hernandez, the right fielder for your Lady Wildcats. First pitch in there for strike 1. Batting 192 here this season so far. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Hernandez behind in the count, 0-2. High for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hernandez. Inside for ball 2. High. Count now is 4. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Next up, number 8, a Lady Lopez.
So Oviedo gets the first batter she faces here in the second. by a strikeout, the third of the night for her, and that'll bring up a Lady Lopez. Lopez, a left-handed batter, batting .318 this season. First pitch in there for strike one. Lady Lopez, one of the multi-sport athletes on this Lady Wildcat softball team. That pitch is high for ball one. That is outside for ball two. High for ball three. 3 balls and a strike to a Lady Lopez. Oviedo, after getting the first pitch across for a strike, the next 3 have missed the strike zone. Check swing, foul ball, and that's going to go out of play. Count now is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lopez calls timeout. Not sure. Okay, there was something going on out in right field. Ball had gone out of play. I think the right fielder was waiting for someone to pick it up and throw it back in the field. The umpire said, no, let's get back to live action. So here we go. Ball 4. So Oviedo strikes out the first batter she faces, walks the second, and that'll bring up Avery Cavazos, another left-handed batter for your Lady Wildcats. She's hitting .333 this season. Showing bunt, puts it down. Play to first, not in time. So that's going to go in as an infield hit.
Cavazos with a little bunt action.
And that'll move Lopez over to second. And we go to the top of the order, Elena Bautista. With just 1 out, there will be 2 runners on base at first and second in Lopez and Cavazos. First pitch is high for ball 1. Second pitch is high as well, and that's now ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to the batter, Bautista. Fouled back for strike 1.
2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Bautista.
Two 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Here comes the 3-1. Ball 4. Bases are loaded, and that's going to bring up Angie Herrera. Herrera with a chance to break this one wide open. First pitch missing for ball 1. Second pitch missing high for ball 2. Swung on, hit hard, but it's going to go foul into left field. And now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike Just one out here in the bottom of the second. Bases are loaded. High for ball 3. Ball 4. And 1 run will come in. And now it is 3-0. And the bases remain loaded. And that'll bring up Bella Herrera. First pitch swung on, going to left field. Kansky back. She makes a grab. Tagging at third is Cavazos, and she'll score. So a sacrifice fly ball for Bella Herrera.
Next up, number 15, Aubrey Zuniga, your first
And
baseman.
that's going to bring in Aubrey Zuniga. She walked and scored back in the first. Bella Herrera picks up her 12th RBI this season. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball, foul territory, third baseman. Moving back, Ava Mendez, she makes a grab for the third out.
Score, Lady Wildcats 4.
But the Lady
Ravens
Wildcats
0.
able to get 2 more runs here in the second, extend their lead to 4-0. We'll be back with the third inning right here on KWES. Third inning, Bravettes coming to bat. 7, 8, and 9. Naya Gonzalez, Leah Kansky, and Haley Zavala all due up here in the third inning. Gonzalez, the right fielder, a left-handed batter for the Bravettes. First pitch goes by outside for ball 1. Swung on and fouled back for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Anaya Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Next up.
That is the 4th strikeout for Morales tonight.
Kansky.
And that'll bring up Leah Kansky, the left fielder for the Bravettes. First pitch inside for ball 1.
Ball 1 out. Kansky.
Swung on, fly ball to right field. In comes Hernandez, and she makes the grab.
Saraí Gonzalez.
Hernandez with a great grab in right field. Got a good jump, had a good eye on it, makes the grab for the third out, and that'll bring up Haley Zavala. That's what they have on their roster? No. Right back to Morales.
Nice.
Out number 3, excuse me. And 1-2-3 inning for your Lady Wildcats, still up 4-0. So it's Saraí Gonzalez in right. And so Elaine Hernandez is in center. What's Avery's last name? Okay. So no flex?
To bat, 17, Jessica Salazar.
Lady Wildcats coming up to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Jessica Salazar, Kaylin Morales, and Elaine Hernandez, all to face Camila Oviedo. Salazar had that RBI double back in the first. That is her 15th RBI of the season. Count to Salazar is 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch missing outside for ball 2.
2-0. Jessica Salazar.
Pitch is swung on, knocked into center field for a base hit.
Little base hit there by Salazar makes up to that number 1, the pitcher.
So Salazar,
Morales.
just like you like to see, the leadoff batter on base gets on via a base hit, and that'll bring up Kaylin Morales. Morales grounded out to the second baseman back in the first. 0 for 1 tonight. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball. Third baseman calls everybody off. It falls safely, and everybody is aboard.
Next up, number 12, Elaine Hernandez.
And with runners at first and second, nobody out, that'll bring up the right fielder, Elaine Hernandez. Actually, Elaine Hernandez is going to be the flex player, I believe. There were some changes made, again, being that it's high school baseball, but not all the changes brought up to the press box. So we apologize for that, but we do as best we can to get the information to you as soon as we get it. Hernandez 0 for 1 tonight, struck out her first time at the plate back in the second inning, and she watches the first pitch go by for a strike. So 0-1 to count to Hernandez. Shows bunt, puts it down. It's going to be foul. So the count now, 0-2 to Elaine Hernandez. Swung on, fly ball to right field. Gonzalez can't get to it. It falls safely, and one run will come in. Will they send another runner? Yes, they do. Here comes a play at the plate. Sliding safely into home is Kaylin Morales.
Lane to third.
There was a pinch runner for Morales, and that was Haley Escobedo.
Number 8, Lady Lopez.
And that's going to be a 2 RBI triple for Hernandez. And now the score is 6-0. And that'll bring up a Lady Lopez. She walked her first time at the plate, down in the count, 0-1. Second pitch missing, high for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Six nothing, Lady Wildcats on top. Nobody out, runner at third. Swung on, check swing into the netting. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Missing for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez, with those 2 RBI, ups her RBI total to 9 so far this season.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lopez.
Check swing foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, swung on, this time fouled directly back into the netting. Count does remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This time it's in play in shallow center field. In comes the center fielder, Gonzalez. Tagging and scoring is Elaine Hernandez. So good job there by a Lady Lopez. Sacrifice fly ball to center field brings in another run, and now the score is 7-0 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. Avery Cavazos, 1 for 1 tonight. First pitch missing for ball 1. Fouled back. Strike 1. A Lady Lopez now with 10 RBIs on the season. Pitch is high for ball 2. Swung on, foul territory. In comes Kansky, not going to be able to reach it. So the count now is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Avery Cavazos.
Nobody on base, just 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Lady Wildcats up 7-0. This is a grounder to second base, picked up by Gonzalez, fired to Zuniga for the second out.
2 outs. Next up.
And we go to the top of the order.
Number 20, Alana Bautista.
Bautista, who's been on twice already, was hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored. Then she was walked in the second. First pitch to her here in the third is high for ball 1. Swung on and hit hard to left field for a base hit.
Little base hit there for Alana Bautista. Next up, number 23, Angie Herrera.
So with 2 outs, a runner at first. That'll bring
2
up
outs.
Angie Herrera. Herrera is 0 for 1 and a walk is what she's done so far this evening. Herrera calls timeout. Talks things over with the coach. It's hard for me to look down that way. The sun is beginning to set and is right in my eyes. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Swings at the second pitch, fouls it down the
0-2,
third
2
base
outs.
line. And now the count is 0-2.
2 outs. Bautista at first.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, but that's going to be the 3rd out. So we head to the 4th. Sorry, that's the 2nd out. No, that is the 3rd out. That's the 3rd out. No, I was counting incorrectly. I'm sorry. That is the 3rd out. But there was a runner on first.
Next up, number 21, Bella Herrera.
That'll bring up Bella Herrera. Wild pitch, runners advance.
Two outs.
Now there are runners at second and third. 2 runners in scoring position for Herrera. And the second pitch missing for ball 2. Fouled back, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter, Bella Herrera.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2
Two balls
outs,
and
and 2 runners on
2
base.
strikes on Herrera. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. Ball 3. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Count remains full.
Wild pitch, runner scores. Ball 4. And now the score is 8-0.
Next up,
So runners at the
Your
corner
first
with 2
baseman,
outs.
number
That'll
15,
bring in
Aubrey
Aubrey
Zuniga.
Zuniga. Zuniga represents the 9th batter of the inning. Zuniga 0 for 1 tonight. Runners taking second. Ball goes beyond the second baseman. Runner is scoring. Runner going to third. Slides safely. So good job there by Bella Herrera taking second. And then on the errant throw goes
Bella to
all the way
third.
to third.
Aubrey Zuniga.
But
still the
Herrera
batter.
scores
1-0.
on the errant
outs.
throw to second. And now it's 9-0. Swung on, fouled back. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on the batter, Aubrey Zuniga. Runner at third in Herrera. 5 runs have come in here in the third. Now the count is 2 balls and a strike. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 2 balls and, not remain, it'll be now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zuniga.
Home plate umpire, Ramos, signaling 2-2. Hit hard into left field for a single. And that's going to score 1 more run. And Zuniga will advance to second on the error by the left fielder. But that'll score Herrera. Now the score is
17, Jessica Salazar.
10-0. So Salazar comes to bat for the second time here in the third inning.
2 outs.
She singled her first time at bat here in this inning. Swung on and fouled back for the count is now 1-1. So she is 1 for 1 tonight and a walk. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong line. She is 2 for 2 tonight. Make it 3 for 3 tonight. And that's an RBI single for her.
Jessica Salazar to first. Next up, number 1, Kaylin Morales.
So that's her second RBI of the night, and that'll bring up Kaylin Morales. Morales is 1 for 2 tonight. Infield hit and scored earlier in this inning, and back in the first, she grounded out to second base. Coach Gonzalez is going to go talk to his pitcher Oviedo, and while they do that, we'll take a quick timeout. You're enjoying Lady Wildcats softball right here on KWES. After the conference on the mound, Kaylin Morales will go back into the box to bat here in the third inning. Her second time batting here in the third inning, as we mentioned earlier. Singled and scored. Swings at the first pitch, knocks it back into the netting for strike 1. 11-0, Lady Wildcats on top here in the bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss, strike two. Oviedo getting Morales to chase something high out of the strike zone. This time she hits one to right field, but it's just foul. And the count is 0-2. Swings at the pitch, and again, foul down the right field side of the park. This time it goes out of play, and the count is still the same at 0-2. This is a ground ball to second base, picked up by the second baseman, tossed to first for the third out. But your Lady Wildcats do score 7 runs on 3 hits. Leave 1 runner left on, and we head to the fourth. It's your Lady Wildcats 11, the Bravettes 0.
I feel so close to you right now. Stopping us right now, and there's no stopping us right now, and there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know who's where. Oh, Donna's last at ground out. Coming to bat here in the fourth inning, and we'll go to the top of the order. Looks like they'll have a pinch hitter. No, it's not. They got the right batter up. That's Elisa Gonzalez. We'll get things going. She's 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out to the third baseman back in the first inning. Several defensive changes for the Lady Wildcats. We'll try to get those to you in a bit. Aubrey Zuniga is at second. At first base is going to be Amy Balboa.
Elisa Gonzalez for the Lady Bravettes.
In the fourth inning, at bat, Elisa Gonzalez to the shortstop. Gets beyond the first baseman. And the leadoff runner is on. Elena Bautista, the shortstop, little low with that throw. So the Bravettes
Next up, number 13,
have their
Brianna
first
Jimenez.
runner aboard. That'll bring up Brianna Jimenez. Sydney Morales is at third. Swings at the first pitch. It's a base hit into center field. Try to get the break off, and they do. Good job by Morales. Morales saw Jimenez go a little too far on her turn. Morales ensured that Gonzalez would not make an attempt to home and fired it to first for the out. So 8-1-3 in the scorebook on that out after the base hit. So after the discussion, the play will stand.
Runners on
And
third.
Gonzalez advances to third. And that'll bring up Ava Mendez. She's
Ava
0 for
Mendez.
1 tonight with a strikeout. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it
Wow.
back for strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two.
0-2.
Grounder, third baseman picks it up, goes to first for out number two. Good play
Two
there
outs.
by
Brings in a run.
Sydney Morales. But one run does
Next up,
come
number 9,
across, and it's
Jackie
11 to 1.
Rodriguez.
And that'll bring up Jackie Rodriguez. Rodriguez swings at the first pitch, goes back out of play for strike one.
Foul.
Rodriguez is 0 for 1, popped up to the third baseman back in the second inning. Swings at that one.
Double.
Foul ball down the
1-2,
left
2
field
outs.
line. And the count now is 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Here comes the 0-2. That just misses outside for ball one. Morales wanted that pitch. It was a good looking one, but umpire Ramos said just a bit outside. That one is outside for ball two.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rodriguez.
Swung on, fouled back. Count remains the same at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the turf for ball 3.
Full count. 2 outs.
Count now is full. Payoff pitch on its way. Ball 4. The first walk issued by Morales tonight, and just a second base runner for the Bravettes.
Next up, number 1, Nayeli Gonzalez.
That'll bring up Nayeli Gonzalez, 0 for 1, struck out back in the second inning. pitch missing low for ball one. Swung on right back to Morales, and she makes the grab for out number 3. But the Bravettes do get one
11-1.
run
Favor Lady
on
Wildcats.
one hit. Leave a runner stranded. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's your Lady Wildcats 11, the Bravettes 1. Lady Wildcats coming to bat here
Next up,
in the
number 4,
bottom
Amy
of the
Balboa.
4th inning. And we have some changes, as we mentioned earlier, defensively, and the changes will stand here as they come to bat. Amy Balboa pinch hitting for Hernandez here in the 4th inning. First pitch missing outside for ball one. Swung on and fouled back for strike one.
One ball, one strike.
This one is a fly ball into left field. Kansky, right at her, makes the grab for the first out.
Next up, number 22, Samantha Cordova.
That's going to bring up Samantha Cordova. Batting for Lady Lopez. Swung on and missed for strike one.
Oh,
Fouled back for strike two. Right back to the pitcher Oviedo. Picks it up, fires at the first for out number 2.
out number 2. Next up, Avery Cavazos, number
That'll
2.
bring up
2 outs.
Avery Cavazos.
Score remains 11-1 in favor of the
Cavazos
Lady
is
Wildcats.
1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored in the second. Grounded out in the third. First pitch missing high for ball one. That's a slap single into center field.
Little hit there by Avery Cavazos.
And that'll bring up,
Top of the lineup,
we go to the
Alana
top of the lineup.
Bautista,
It'll be
number
Elena
3.
Bautista. Bautista
Bautista.
has been aboard every time at the plate. She was hit by the pitch in the first, walked in the second, singled in the third. Here in the fourth, first pitch she sees is inside for ball one. That one low for ball 2.
Ball 2.
Umpire Ramos calling for the lights. Lights are coming on. Swung on, fly ball to left field. Back goes Kansky, and that ball is out of here. Bautista with a two-run bomb here in the fourth. And the score now is 13-1.
Bautista with a bomba.
Bautista now with 13 RBIs on the season.
Next up to bat, number 14, Sidney Morales.
That'll bring up Sidney Morales.
Brings up the score 13-1 in favor of the Lady Wildcats. 2 outs.
First pitch missing for ball 1. Swings at the first pitch, back to left field, and it's back-to-back bombs.
And real close into second, Bomba King.
Sidney Morales sees the second pitch, liked it, and drove it to left field. And now it's 14-0. I mean, 14-1, excuse me. Getting a little excited there.
My tummy's up in the when you see it get so hot. My common sense is out the door. Can't seem to find the
Coach Gonzalez back in the circle to talk things over with Oviedo. So while they do that, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Bella Herrera.
Gonzalez, after the quick visit to the mound, gives the ball back to Oviedo. And Herrera, first pitch she looks at, drives it to left field and is safely on.
Next up, the second baseman, number 15,
And that'll bring up Aubrey Zuniga. Zuniga is 1 for 2 and a walk.
Number
She
19
scored
coming in
twice.
to pitch 1. Jalen Zuniga.
First pitch missing high for ball 1. Jalen Zuniga on the pinch run at first base for the catcher Herrera. Second pitch missing high for ball 2. Inside corner for
2 balls,
strike
1
1.
strike, 2 outs. The runner on first.
High for ball 3. That's going to put Zuniga aboard.
Next up to bat, number 17, Jessica Salazar.
And that'll bring up the left fielder, Jessica Salazar. Salazar is 3 for 3 tonight. A double and 2 singles. And she watches the first pitch go by for ball 1. Ball 2. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Salazar.
Swung on, fouled out of play for strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jessica Salazar, your batter.
So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, 2 runners on. That's a grounder to the second baseman. Gonzalez picks it up, fires it to first for out number 3.
Score remains 14.
But your Lady
Wildcats
scored
Bravettes
3
1.
more here in the 4th. And we head to the 5th. It's your Lady Wildcats 14, the Bravettes 1. Head to the 5th inning. Bravettes coming to bat with Zuniga, Gonzalez, and Kansky.
Number 19, Kate Zuniga.
Zuniga is 0 for 1, struck out back in the 2nd inning. First pitch inside for ball 1. Second pitch swung on.
1 ball, 1
strike
strike.
1. One ball and 1 strike to the batter, Zuniga. Foul ball. Count now is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kate Zuniga for the Bravettes.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Next up, number 5, Anaya Gonzalez.
5th strikeout for Morales.
1 out.
1 out here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Anaya Gonzalez. She was one of those 5 strikeouts back in the 3rd inning.
Strike 1.
First pitch, she watches that go by for a strike. So nothing to win the count to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
2. Morales at the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Strike 3. Morales.
And the Wildcats
Lady
1
Wildcats.
out away
Next up, number 8.
from defeating the Bravettes.
Leah
That'll bring up
Kansky.
Leah Kansky. Kansky popped up to right field back in the third.
Strike
And the
one.
first pitch in there for strike one.
Double.
Fouled back, strike two.
0-2, 2 outs.
Lady Wildcats one strike away from putting this one away. Oh two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Morales
And that's
strikes
the ball
out
game,
the
folks.
side
Lady
in the
Wildcats
fifth
14,
to
Bravettes
end this
1.
one. Your Lady Wildcats defeat the Bravettes 14-1. Want to thank Adrian De Leon with his great work on the computer, keeping everything streaming so nicely. Our very own dancing cameraman, Vinny Berry.
Parents and fans, on behalf of
I
West
am
Police,
Joe
thank you
Aguilar
for
saying
supporting
goodnight
the Lady
from
Wildcats
West
and Lady
Police
Bravettes.
Lady Wildcats softball
Our
stadium,
Lady
where once
Wildcats
again,
will travel
your Lady
to
Wildcats
Brownsville
are
Porter on
victorious.
Friday.
They
Game
defeat
is at
the
6:30.
Bravettes in 5 innings. The final score, your Lady Wildcats 14, the Bravettes 1. We'll see you next time right here on KWES.